And so please describe to me what the aesthetic look is exactly.
More like this guy here.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and bring
Oh wow, you really have to come in here?
like this guy.
Is this really happening? He met the other guy behind you, bro. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm right into that bad boy.
You can stay right there, behind the camera. Behind the camera. No, see, now that you got me jealous now.
That's okay.
That's not
so
fair.
You're more in the category like Lucifer Arnold. Okay?
My man. Yeah. Arnold Ferrigno. Huh?
Okay.
Aesthetic. That's great, partner. You two ever go out place everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes. You
Okay,
gotta
so
have the eyes
can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
how
I
do you do
mean,
it? Teach
the
me
smile,
something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you know you gotta get the smile. Smile going on some shoes, but you know.
Wait, hold up.
You got.
I gotta
when
try
it's time,
this with you.
when it's
Hold
time
on.
to laugh,
I gotta try this
you gotta
with
think
you.
of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Find somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday, enjoying your time this Thursday. It's Thursday, y'all. Woo! Thank you, Jesus. It's Thursday. Tomorrow means just it's the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Tomorrow, it's Friday. I'm excited about it. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited about Friday showing up. I'm excited about the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you're excited about the weekend, definitely hit that like button down below this feed right now. I'm telling you, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week. And today's been a crazy day. There have been more shootings that I've seen in the past few hours that I could never even fathom right now. I'm going to be completely straight honest right now. It is unbelievable how crazy it is out here in these streets right now, especially violence on cops. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. Did I mention it was crazy? It's crazy. Have mercy. All I can say is I'm thankful. I'm thankful for being here. I'm thankful that I'm not in the fray or that I'm not in the midst of any type of shootings or fatal killings or anything of that sort. I am happy to be on this planet, and I think everybody else can agree with that. If you're happy to be on this planet, let me hear it. Let me see you text hell yeah. That's all I need. A hell yeah in this piece. You know what I'm saying? There is so much, like literally I was going through some things because I was looking up my my pop-up video subjects for the day, and I'm looking at certain things and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of blue alerts going on, y'all. Like, damn. Too many blue alerts. I'm like, wait, blue alert here, blue alert there, blue alert here. I'm like, there's so many shootings involving police officers or state troopers that I was just like, wow, okay, we got to talk about at least one of these. There's plenty, and I'm going to be talking about another one here very, very shortly. But I am going to jump into a few conversations here because we do have some breaking stories and some things that I missed this morning and yesterday and last night because obviously my internets was on cracks and stuffs. For some weird reason, today it's working. Today is doing just fine. I mean, we'll see tomorrow. It's been touch and go with everything. You know what I'm saying? But we have got to get into the conversation. But before I do that, good evening to everybody. You know, I bid you good evening, everyone. Haha. Yes, Eternity. I don't know who you are, Eternity. Definitely comment down below and let us know where you are commenting from. What city are you from? That's what I'd like to know. That's what I'd like to know. What city are you commenting from? That's what I'd like to know. All right. Also, good day, everybody. Good day, Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Good day, Sarah. Good evening, Joseph. What's up, my soldier? You know what I'm saying? Malia, good evening. Chino Hills. Chino Hills. That's a good one. Don't know where that's from. Chino Hills. I'm about to Google you, Eternity. Chino Hills. Chino Hills. Oh, California. Okay, California. Okay. Oh, Okay, so say hi. I know exactly who you are, Eternity. Tell your mother I'm going to call her after the show. Can you do that for me, Eternity? Can you tell your mom I'm going to call her right after the show? Sound good? Can you do that for me, sweetheart? I'd really appreciate that. Just type in yes, you will, if you can. Okay, great. Thank you. Tell her I'll call her in about an hour. But anyway, and she's Chino Hills, all the way from LA. That's California area, y'all. That's California, y'all. It's a gorgeous thing. I really appreciate it. Shoot, y'all. Good evening. All the way from Australia, Malia. Hopefully Australia is treating you well. Good evening. Jacqueline, hello. You know, Huntsville, Alabama. Sweet home, Alabama. It's great. I'm hoping you guys are all having a wonderful one. Joseph, Sarah, Mr. T12, Tanuvane, Blake, hey, enjoy. He just commented. I really appreciate it. Enjoy your show. Great work. Thank you so much, my brother. Appreciate that, Blake. You know, it's hard out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hard out here. But, you know, I've been putting in the work. You know, Angel, good evening. And good morning, of course, Malia. I forgot. I made a mistake. Good morning, Malia, because Malia's watching from Australia. You know what I mean? So she's not drinking her Fosters right now. She's probably sipping a coffee, looking at the snow because it's winter in Australia. Am I correct, Malia? I think I'm correct. But I digress. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful one. It is really great to have you guys all here. But we got to jump into this stuff. Okay. Now, here's the thing, guys. What is weird is that I'm about to tell you, Joseph. So what he says. So what's today's topic? Because I've been ready for 2021. Facts, baby. Figgity facts. I'm so ready for 2021. Actually, you know, I've already said it before, but you know how like you're a, you know, say you take a subject in high school that you absolutely hate more than anything in the world. You absolutely loathe, let's just say algebra, right? And you got the book, you know, they give you the algebra book and you're going chapter for chapter for chapter, right? So 2020 is a chapter in an algebra book, right? And it's a really tough chapter. You just hate it more than anything in the world. And then all of a sudden, it's like you kind of want to see what chapter 2021 is going to look like, but you really, really, really are regretting the idea of even turning the page. You kind of just wanted to go, like, I don't even want to see it. I don't even know if I'm ready for chapter 2021. I'm just going to be really straight funky with y'all. 2020 has been quite an experience so far. And by the way, we're in September. Oh my God. I can't believe that we're still in September. This has been the longest year ever. I think we've all aged 5 years in 1 year. So 2021, I'm you know, here it is. I'm ready to say goodbye to 2020, but I'm terrified about what 2021 is about to bring. I'm telling you, aliens are going to be stepping on this earth in 2021. I'm just going to say it out loud. Forget it. Everyone's sitting there going, oh, it's a Goodyear blimp. Nope. This time it's going to be an actual flying saucer just whoo, going down. And all these guys coming out being like, we come with peace. You know what I mean? I'm just not ready for it. Personally, I'm just not ready for 2021 yet. Because I want to live. Just saying. Moving on. Here we go. We got to go into this story because here it is. We got all this stuff. You know, you think that there is enough going on with the Rona in the country. Well, guess what? There is a new, extremely rare, deadly mosquito-borne virus suspected in Michigan. Oh, it's American-born, baby. Yeah, America. Yeah. So, and it's coming from mosquitoes. Yeah. So, the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services announced Tuesday that an adult man, yeah, not a child man, not a baby man, but an adult man, had likely contracted a rare and potentially deadly mosquito-borne virus. So officials said outdoor night events in 10 counties should be postponed and canceled for the time being to prevent the spread of Eastern Equine Encephalitis. Encephalitis. Whatever. It's also known as EEE or triple E, which is carried by infected mosquitoes. So in other words, mosquitoes have been getting around. They're not wearing protection, and now they're giving it to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? There's too many male mosquitoes out there just getting it in and being a bad dude and spreading this thing. Encephalitis. There we go. Encephalitis. So Eastern Equine Encephalitis. Thank you, Tanyuvain. I appreciate that. Thank you. Because I was reading this and I'm like, I have no idea what that is. Anyway, so triple E has a 33% fatality rate among humans who become ill from the infection and has been known to leave those infected with physical and mental disabilities. It also kills 90% of horses who become ill with the virus. So yeah, let's just say, wow, that sucks. So horses are dying. 90% of horses are dying that become ill with this virus, and 33% fatality rate among people. Yeah, this is 2020. I want to get. See, I have my receipt right here. I just like to return 2020 back to the. No, I didn't try the. I didn't try it on. I didn't take it out. The tags are still on it. Can you just please take 2020 back? Please. Okay. So here it is. We're here. This is real. 2020 has officially gone bonkers. So there's now a virus that is floating around with mosquitoes called triple E. Yeah. Yeah. There you have it, y'all. Triple E. Carried by mosquitoes. Everyone's going to think twice when they see a spare tire with a little bit of water in it. They're going to be running the other way. I'm telling you. No more cookouts anytime soon. Now, the question is, I'm wondering if it's actually, like, once somebody gets it, once you get bitten by a mosquito, can you actually give it to somebody else? Can somebody else contract it by just breathing your You see what I'm saying? Kind of like Rona. Can you do the same thing? You know what I'm saying? It does kind of sound like a drug too. You know what I mean? It does. It really does. You know? It sounds like something you'd see in Transpotting or something like that. You know, in that movie. If we're going to go super 90s with it, Mr. Super. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, you could take 2020 back. Just take it back. Seriously, take it back. Please take it back. Man. Yeah, imagine that. There will be no Kentucky. This is the Australians saying this. Malia's saying this. There will be no Kentucky Derby next year if this virus spreads like wildfire. Because, you know, mosquitoes are mosquitoes. And how do you know which one's infected and which one is not? Now everyone's going to be terrified of running. Like everyone's going to be running away from. You see anything floating around, you're going to go running. Seriously, any insect that's floating around, you're going to go right out the door. Now we're going to have that off-brand spray, that off spray, just being ripped off the counters and shelves. Seriously, just gone, because people are going to freak the hell out if this becomes another thing. Crazy, right? They say children under 15 and adults over 50 What else is new? Are the greatest risk of developing a serious illness from triple E infection, of which there is no cure. Ha ha. Isn't that wonderful? There's no cure. So there's like a mosquito out there that's Tommy Lee, right? And he went around and just like ran around with a whole bunch of other wayward, scattered female mosquitoes, and just like contracted some crazy virus. And now he's just been giving it to everything else. Tommy Lee, the mosquito, is running around, just giving it to everybody else. Not just Pamela Anderson, the mosquito Pamela Anderson, to everybody else. Now it's coming to the humans. The hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Just real talk. Yeah, Tommy Lee, I said it. I said it. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, you can throw in Lil Wayne in there too. Why not? Shoot. Keep it even. You feel me? My jokes have no racial bounds. It doesn't matter, right? So, this is crazy. So I'm going to read some of your comments because I just can't believe it. Oh, man. So far it's been just for mosquitoes, I believe. Yes. Yeah, it's only mosquitoes, but at the same time, people are getting infected from said mosquitoes. Okay? Toes. Now, funny thing is anytime you hear about Mystique or, any of those things, people are going to shiver in their boots. Just like, what did you say? You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Anyway, Joseph, what's up, man? Said, why is it our body or animals have not transitioned into deeper immunity levels of our time? It's like our bodies are deteriorating without growing immunity unless you're a tree or a sea turtle. That's an interesting question. Think about it. Actually, think about it. That's a very, very good point and very, very good question smashed all up into one, son. Let's talk about this, shall we? Okay, here it is. I really do believe this one thing, and it's this. We're not fully evolving because we don't have a means to fully evolve. We have homes, we have social media, we have internets, we have all these things that keep us nice and nestled all up in our homes and safe from the environments that surround us. So if we were out there living in the streets, you know what I'm saying, living it all up in, living a life like it's golden in the streets, no roof over our head, having to deal with the harsh realities of weather, famine, pandemics, I think our bodies or humans would be forced even more to evolve. Do you see what I'm saying? That's at least what I think. Because it's not like you see horses hanging out at home, chilling in the cut, swiping through their phones, ordering DoorDash because they don't want to go outside in the cold. Nah, they out in the cold. They chilling with all the harsh weathers and harsh conditions of climates and all that stuff. So they most likely will evolve. But us, we're evolving. Of course we're going to evolve. It's not like that's not inevitably going to happen, but I feel like the process of evolution is slowing down because of the things that we already have. Just saying. But you got a good point. Why aren't we, but if you really think about it, here it is. Here's the other thing. If we lived in the world where we were living outdoors and all that stuff, then our skin would be thick as leather. We would be in like diseases and stuff. Like we would be impenetrable to certain diseases and stuff like that. Not all of them, because here it is. There's diseases that like the Rona that are just coming in and just, knocking people out. But if we were outdoorsy humans, if we were back during the age of caveman, today, I don't think we would have as many issues. In fact, I don't even know if we would call coronavirus the coronavirus. It would just be, that would be it. See what I'm saying? So we have evolved, obviously, but we evolved to a certain extent. We've evolved to a place where as we become smarter, as we become more intelligent, as we advance in our technology, we become lazy in the physical realm of things and weaker in the physical realm of things. That's my own personal theory. I know that sounds crazy, but Joseph, I appreciate that question. It's a very good point. Sarah says, I'm moving to Antarctica. No mosquitoes there. So scary. Yep. Nope. Not moving. Nope. I'm moving. Yeah, I'd be with you right there. I'd be on that train with you. Seriously. Yeah. I got hookups. I got a dude that got a crap ton of fur. Holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I could wrap up. It's fine. I could wrap up in a whole bunch of furs. Layers of furs. I'm okay with that. Knowing that there's no mosquitoes in sight, bet that. Come on with it. You and me, Sarah, we're going to Antarctica. Oh my God. Viruses and bacteria simply change faster than we ever could with our growing population density and the fact that they are growing resistant to antibiotics. There will probably just be more types of outbreaks. You're absolutely right on that point too. You're absolutely right on that point too. You know, these viruses are smart. Oh, and if they're man-made, that's all hearsay, right? If it's man-made, that's a whole other conversation too. It's made to destroy. It's made to be impenetrable to antibiotics and other types of things, right? Like I said, our brains, we're getting very intelligent to the point where we don't have to really lift a finger. If you really think about it, think about it, y'all. We have to go to a place to lift weights and run on a treadmill to keep ourselves physically in shape. Yet our brains are constantly being active every single day. We are creating all these things. The things that I'm using right now have been created from the human mind, from the human imagination, the advancement of technology, math, all the things, science, everything that's been created is from the brain. But funny is that we're not out here hunting and gathering. We're not here running. We're not running in the fields going and trying to, kill a buffalo or a bison or something like that. You know what I mean? Think about it. We're not climbing trees every single day so that we can go and capture a deer so that we can eat. Think about it. We swipe, we hit OK, we type in a whole bunch of numbers, a bunch of zeros and ones, and bing bong, there it is. A carcass already been killed and, cooked up to your liking right there at your doorstep. You don't have to do a damn thing with the body. You have to go into a gym to get a good sweat on. Think about it. That's all I'm saying. What is Skype? It is the Pascal Show Skype. Spaces in between each one. If you want to call in, if you want to Skype in, you are more than welcome. The phone lines are open, love. Give me a call. Love to see your faces. With my terrible accent. Please give me a call or Skype in. The Pascal Show Skype. Or you can call in at 314-766-4581, baby. No pressure. If you don't want to, I won't be angry. But just saying. And Michael D, figgity facts. We are evolving physically on the physical realm of things. We are doing more and more by our brain than we are actually physically doing stuff. You see what I'm saying? We're not climbing trees and we're not doing all this physical stuff so that we can survive for the need of surviving. We are sitting in a cubicle doing clackety clack from 9 to 5, not lifting a damn thing, using only our brain power and our fingers, if we're lucky enough to have fingers, right? We get a paycheck, we go home, and we just do this through our phones. Send. And that's it. So yes, we are slowly evolving to a certain extent. We're evolving mentally, but physically, yes, we're decreasing big time. And it's even happening even more now. If you notice, there's not much physical interaction that's going on in the world. None. Not anymore, because everyone's scared of the Rona. Everyone's scared of it. Understandably, though. Except for those crazy anti-maskers that are out there. But other than that, see what I'm saying? It's sad. But at the same time, I'm going to be real. I'm going to be completely straight funky. I mean, I'd rather this world with a little physical than the world of if you don't find what you're going to eat, you're going to die. You know, this world's a little bit more civilized. At least I'd like to think. You know? Oh, and yeah, I forgot. Unicorn blush. I'm sorry. Let's not forget the vegans out there. So even so, you're still going swipe, send, and you're getting a portobello mushroom, you know, smothered in some sort of truffle oil vegan concoction. You know, you're not out there farming your mushrooms and your veggies. You see what I'm saying? Now you're making me hungry. But you see what I'm saying? I'm not vegan, but mushrooms are delicious. Anyway, you see what I'm saying? So, once we start going into something else, it might change. It might change. And John, Caitlin, you're absolutely right. We are living longer. We are living longer because our bodies aren't being put to a certain extent, depending on how you use your body. If you're treating your body with respect, if you're not a chain smoker or an avid drinker or a heavy drinker, or you're not, putting your body through copious amounts of drugs of some sort, various amounts of drugs, yes, you could live a long life, right? Because you're not putting your body in that kind of wear and tear as you would have if you lived during the time of sticks and stones. So yes, the advancement of medicine is incredible. The advancement of technology is incredible. But there are some things that backfire from it. A little bit. A little bit. Sarah, there's still primitive tribes out there. Stuff I'd die in a week. I couldn't kill animals. Okay. But I guess, you'll never know. Survival mode would kick in, I guess. Absolutely. I mean, I would be busy thinking about eating just anything. I wouldn't even care at some point. If I was vegan, that those dietary requirements or those dietary adjustments that you made for your own self would go straight out the window. I mean, if there's food, if there's something to eat, you're going to eat, because it might be the last time you eat for a while, by any means necessary. What if we used 100% of our brains? I think we'd be in a lot of trouble. To a certain extent. There's a lot of, apparently we only use 10% of our brains, something like that. Somewhere in between 5 and 10% of our brains. If we used more of our brains, if we used more of our brain, I don't know. It'd be incredible. It would be absolutely incredible if we could do that. But I think it would be very dangerous. It would be very dangerous. I think. We wouldn't leave anywhere. I feel like if you were able to do those kind of things, there are so many different theories out there in regards to being able to use more of your brain, accessing more to your brain. Like, imagine if you could literally cure the common cold just by thinking about it in your body. I'm not saying on somebody else, just in your body. There is thoughts of telekinesis, being able to do certain things just with the mind alone. If we were able to use 100% of our brains, that would be phenomenal. But I feel like it would be very dangerous as well. We would never see anyone anymore. We would never need, there would never be a need for human interaction whatsoever, if you really think about it. Then also remember, not all of our brains, not every single person's brain on this planet is 100% healthy. So imagine having someone who is mentally, let's just say, who has mental issues, who is mentally unfit. Imagine 100% of their brain being mentally unfit. Like imagine Kanye West with 100% of his brain, with access to 100% capacity of his brain. I think that would be very dangerous. You know, I'd be worried. I'm sorry, I'd be worried. Like him, or imagine any other person having any person that is either a controversial human person, a character type of thing. Imagine them with 100% capacity, 100% capability of their brain, 100% access to their brain, full brain. That is terrifying. I could see it being done for the greater good. I could see that being something that is amazing and done for the greater good, but then I can also see it being something used for the bad as well. You know, the whole thing of with great power comes great responsibility, but there's always the yin and the yang. There's always the light and the dark side of the force, right? So if you really think about it, that could be really dangerous, man. And I feel like there could only be a few chosen that could have that access. Because I know, that's a fascinating idea. That's a real fascinating idea. Let's see. And actually, we as humans are quite frail as animals. It's our intellect that has extended and it kept us alive. That's absolutely right, Zozo Bob. You're absolutely right. You know what I mean? Without our wits, we'd be in trouble. We'd be in trouble. That's a fact. So we've been able to think outside the box and transcend and do more because of our wits. But I also feel like maybe not only is the technology really an amazing thing, being able to have that the technology and the advancement of what we had and how have grown as a civilization, at least Western civilization, it's pretty amazing. But I also do feel like sometimes it is something that is hindering us and stopping us from being able to fully transcend our own mental capacity. Maybe because we've become more lazy. Something to think about. Let's see here. We're like 1% off the great apes. So 1% more would make a huge leap in human intelligence. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That would be, like I said, it would be incredible to see how much we would be able to evolve if we were really able to access 100% of our brain. But I don't know if I don't think we'll ever see that in any lifetime. You know, it's like there was that movie called Limitless, where the guy takes a pill and it just opens up his brain, like where he can just do more. And I don't know if it opened up all of his, like, I don't know if it accessed 100% of his brain, but he was able to do a whole lot more and achieve a whole lot more because of this pill, because of the access. He was able to access different chambers of his mind, and he was able to expand and do more. He could also predict the future because he was so super woke. You know what I mean? No pun intended, just super alert. But yeah, it's interesting. It's just that's a very good question, Joseph. Joseph, he just said another good one. Can you teach a baby how to use 100% of their brain? Is it possible? I don't think so. If you don't know how to access it, how would you be able to teach a baby how to access it? If you don't know how to access it, how would you be able to teach it? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know Chinese, how would you be able to teach a child Chinese? You see what I'm saying? So how would you be able to get a child to access fully their brain if you don't know how to access it yourself? It's a good question. Maybe just drop a whole bunch of acid, maybe? I don't know. You know what I mean? Open up your mind, man. Open up your mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. We got some callers, I think. 2 of them, actually. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hey, man. Sorry about that, man. How are you, man?
Chilling. Who am I talking to? It looks like there's like 2 phone calls on here.
Yeah, my name's John. This is my brother, Craig.
Hey, what up, man? What's up, guys?
Yo, what's going on in this show?
What's going on in this show, you said?
Yeah, I just tuned in.
Well, thanks for tuning in. It's just the Pascal show. People just talking. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. What's on your mind, y'all?
Well, I was wondering, so I go to basketball games. I always wonder why the ball is orange.
I don't know why the balls are orange. Do you know why the ball is orange?
No, that's why I'm asking, but I don't know. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a good question, man. I appreciate you calling in, both of y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all stay blessed. Peace. All right. So, oh, my Lord. Anyway, so there you have it. Random ass. But I think, I don't know if Debate Me is trying to call or something like that. But anyway, the phone lines are open. Do me a favor, don't ask me some stupid ass questions like, why is the basketball orange? I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know the history of that. Shoot. Y'all know better than that. What's up? Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
What's going on? Hopefully we have better sound this time. Can you hear me?
Much better. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. So my camera doesn't work on this, but I can at least see you. So if I start talking crazy, I can see that you're trying to get my attention. So we won't have that problem.
Fair enough. What's good, man? What's good? What's up?
So you said you're in Missouri, right?
Yeah, St. Louis.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about racism as it in terms of in Missouri. And the reason why is because I have a family member who recently moved there, and darker than you, and in the country. Do you know where Ava is?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, damn.
so myself
Okay.
and our family and my family members, friends, like all of us are very very concerned about the move. We've heard a lot of bad things about Missouri in terms of racism, and certainly I know you're in St. Louis, probably a little bit more diversity there, I'd assume, but where he's
Little
at,
bit.
like he there's nobody looking like him down there.
Hail to the no, it's
So
not. Mm-mm.
our concerns
Nope.
warranted? Like, what do you have to say to that? He's a senior
What's his
senior
name?
citizen, moved into Missouri. He married someone who let's just say is not our complexion.
Word. Nothing
Let's
wrong
say
with that. Nothing wrong with
from
that.
there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Say again?
Nothing, I said nothing wrong with that. Love is love. Nothing's wrong with that. But that's interesting. What's your friend's name?
Oh, it's a family member.
Oh, okay. Well, family member, run! That's what I would say.
Wow.
No, I'm
'Cause I'm
kidding.
even thinking the marriage might actually be a problem because you're talking about somebody that looks like us, again, darker than you, and married to someone who don't look like us. And I'm thinking that might be a little, how dare you marry one of our people? I mean, if it's a racist area, that's how those kind of people think.
Okay,
right?
so here it is. Obviously we live in a world in a time right now where racism is kind of just out in the open. It used to be something that was hidden behind closed doors. They would sit there and smile in your face 1 second, and they'll use a racial slur in their car when they're getting cut off by some dude. So, and now we're not in that world now. The people are very much in your face. If they're racist, they're racist in your face. They don't give a damn. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that all people are like that, but at the same time, I feel like if he is a good-hearted person and keeps to himself, and I don't know why they're moving all the way out there, but at the same time, I would think. Say again, what?
The wife. That's where she's from.
Oh, the wife. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll say this. I mean, he gonna be all right. He might get a few, racist comments here and there, some stupid, ignorant, things here and there. But it's not like he's gonna get like a crucifix burning in his front lawn or anything crazy like that. I think he's gonna be all right, but he's gonna feel very much like a fish out of water, and it sucks. But if he's able to, establish find a community there that embraces him, he should be okay. But Missouri is very segregated to a certain extent. It is very segregated to a certain extent. So, I mean,
how would you feel? So without getting into your personal business, let's say that
Sure.
your father is 70-something years old.
Yeah.
And he was the one living out there in the country. Would you be concerned? I mean, at that age, obviously, that's a vulnerable part of your life, no matter where you're living, because there's people that try to take advantage of senior citizens.
Right.
Now you have the wrong complexion, living in the wrong area. I mean, would you, as a son, like, how would you feel about that? Would you feel like, they might say some stuff, but your father's going to be safe, or would you be concerned about? I guess let's keep it real. We're talking about safety here, not about someone making a comment. I mean, I don't want nobody to disrespect my family member either, but
Right.
but as far as safety,
Here it is. Okay. It's not like he's going to move out there. And like I said before, it's not like he's going to move out there and put himself in harm's way. He's going to move out there. There's I hate to say it like this, but there's progressive thinking people out there. There are people who just don't give a damn. And it's like, hey, that's your business. That's your life. I'm over here. I'm doing my thing. And then there's other people that feel like, oh, there's a black man right there, and they have an issue with it. But here's the thing. I'll say this. If you're not looking for trouble, trouble won't come for you. That's what I think. There are still moments. I mean, shoot, man, it's life. You know what I'm saying? You sit there and you go, hey, man, I'm a law-abiding citizen, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, you get pulled over by the cops because, something. You make a mistake, or you're speeding down the highway unbeknownst to you, or you got a broken taillight. God forbid, God knows what would happen, right? So it's the same. It's like the same situation. Like, you're going to live your life and you're going to run into characters all day long, whether you live in the city or not. At least in St. Louis, trust me, I live in St. Louis, and there are times when seriously, I feel like I live out in Ava. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, wow. Not saying that Ava, I'm just using that as an example. But you know what I mean? Where I just feel like a fish out of water. Like, just the racism is palpable sometimes. Or you're in a room, you're out with some people, and then some white person, sorry to go here, but we are, some white person will sit there and say something really ignorant. And it's just like, wow, okay, thanks for reminding me that that I'm a black man. Thank you. Like, I just forgot about that. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get the memo, but thank you for reminding me. That kind of thing. You see what I'm saying? So this, like, if you're not, like, if you just go and live your life, if he's happy out there, that's all that matters, man. You know what I'm saying? I think the only time that you should worry about having, like, about the problem is if the problem presents itself. You see what I'm saying? I feel like everybody should be able to live where they want to live. If you want to live on a farm and harvest freaking cattle and harvest, you know what I'm saying? Grow cattle and do your thing. Do your thing. Who gives a damn?
So we the family shouldn't be, because the other concern is we don't feel safe to visit. Like, nobody wants to go there because we're like, we're in the wrong complexion. So
y'all killing me, man.
Overkill.
No. It's a little overkill. It's a little bit. Like, you think you can pull up, there's a lot of Negroes out there. We got to go hang some Negroes. No, it's not going to happen. It's not like that. That's like a really bad horror flick. You see what I'm saying? That's like a really, really bad, exaggerated horror flick. It's really not like that. We should all be able to have the pursuit of happiness, right? So if it's like, hey, I want to live out in the boonies, fine. Oh, but the other thing is, though, I mean, if he is concerned, or if you guys are concerned, make sure make sure he has a legal weapon on his side. That's it. Then he's good. You know what I'm saying?
You know what the legal weapon that he has is? It's a perfect segue. The hand of God. So the segue on that is he's very religious. And for people listening in, let me let you guys know in 2020 where we're at. Yeah. So in terms of people who question about racism and where it's at, and there's talks about, we're over that now. Right. To this very day, the church that he is a part of has a rule where I think you cannot, I think either as a member of the church or maybe as a pastor or something like that, you're not allowed to marry interracially. In 2020, they still have that on the books in the church, that if you marry someone of a different race, right, that you're restricted from certain things in the church. 2020.
I'm dead. Wow.
Right?
I didn't even. Bruh. Okay.
And just think about that. Like, so I'm telling you about that scenario. Think about what other scenarios there are going on in this country that we don't even know about, that's still going on. Because if you live somewhere where you don't experience these things, you may think like, what are you talking about? Everybody is a melting pot and it's all good and all that, like, civil rights stuff is in the past. And What are you guys talking about? But again, this is only one incident. I guarantee you, throughout this country, there's other things like that.
Oh yeah.
That should be like, 2020. Yeah. What?
There's still people. There's still things out there. There's still people out there that believe that that a interracial marriage is unsavory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Real talk. There's things out there for real. There are people still in this world that still believe that. You also got to remember, there's people out here that still hold tight to the Confederate flag like it's the American flag. So let's keep it straight funky. If there's that, there's most definitely fire and brimstone. You know what I mean?
And here's the next one that I think a lot of people, again, this is stuff that we don't really talk about.
He's got more.
So on top of that, so number one, slavery is still legal in this country, and a lot of people don't even realize that. The only context that it's legal is through like jail or whatever. Like that's wherever in the Constitution where it says abolishes slavery or whatever, there is that exception for prisoners or whatever. But it even gets darker than that. If I'm not mistaken, within the last 10 to 15 years, one of the states just recently, I guess this is not my expertise, but was it the 13th Amendment, I guess, was not ratified in one state? One state still had it like not officially. So technically they still had slavery, still was on the book somehow. I'll Google it and look. There's one state
please let
that
me know,
still
'cause
had
that's
something
news.
still on the books.
Interesting. That's messed up.
Within the last 10, 15 years.
That's
So
crazy.
in our lifetime.
It's like, oh, snap. In our lifetime. In all of our lifetime.
Mississippi or something like that. Somewhere in that area. I could look it up real quick, but anyway, you think we don't have to worry that much? Just
I mean, here it is though. Here it is. Let me keep it real. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that the world is all sunshine and daffodils. Okay, I'm sure the demographic out there is very, very slim in regards to the ratio between black and white. Black very, very minimal, and white very, very, very big. But at the same time, if he proceeds with caution, I think he should be fine. It's just so weird. I feel like if you go towards your life with a good face forward and a positive face, like a positive outlook, then good things will only come to you. No bad will come to you. But at the same time, don't mean that you can't have your head on a swivel. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. Have your head on a swivel.
All right, so I'm gonna hop off, let some other people get on. Just wanted to say, love the show. I love what you're doing. It's really awesome, and thanks for sharing your platform, allowing us to get on and speak with you.
Thank you.
And I'll leave you. I just Googled what I was talking about.
Speak on it.
Confirm what I was saying. So it was Mississippi. Mississippi in March 16th, 1995, was when they finally ratified the 13th Amendment, I believe. It says actually, no, I'm sorry. It says after rejection, December 5th, 1865, it was certified in 2013. So that's something you can look into. But the 13th Amendment was not ratified in all states.
Wow,
that's insane. Within our lifetime, they still had it on the books.
That's nuts.
They weren't doing it. Obviously, there's nobody picking cotton in Mississippi, but the fact that it was still there, 2013. Wow.
That's nuts, man. Because, I mean, if you really think about it, Zach Morris had a cell phone on Saved by the Bell. You know what I'm saying? We were watching AC Slater dancing around, and that amendment was still happening. That was not amended until... and we were watching that craziness. You know what I'm saying? Like Bill Cosby was doing his and stuff, and that was still wow.
Jello pudding pops.
Yeah, dog. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm gonna end on that note. All right, man. Be well.
Stay blessed, brother. Peace.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jello pudding pop. Anyway, I know that I saw somebody was calling a bunch when I had Debate Me on. So please give me a call back. I know that I think you had something you wanted to say. Something was burning in you. You know what I'm saying? But woo. Yeah. Now, Lisa Turtle was she was very good looking. Unfortunately, she is insane now. She is insane. Yeah, it's unfortunate. But man, oh man. So nuts. Yeah, I mean, like when it comes to like a town, like a small town, moving to a small town, don't get me wrong, it's a terrifying thought. It's still terrifying. There's like Debate Me and his family have every right to feel have every right to feel some sort of concern. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense no matter what. Shoot, anytime I go somewhere where it's like I know that I'm not in a familiar area, that it's, where there might be a whole lot of good old boys around and they're looking at me funny and everything, I always try to keep a positive outlook and a positive face forward, but most definitely, I got my head on a swivel. Sorry to say that, but you just never know. You know, you could be all naive and think that everything's coming up roses all the time. But in reality, there's a lot of crazy people out there and that do really messed up things. But I think that if your family member goes out there, you should be all right. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, and just as your family member would say, you know, just use the grace of God, you know, behind you and such. You feel me? But it is very, very sad. You're absolutely right, Debbie. It is sad. It's sad that you would have to be that people have to live that way. But welcome to this world. You can be out in the woods or you can be in the concrete jungle of the city. And we as black people, as black folks, have to have our head on a swivel. Before it's like, oh, we're out in the boonies. You know, we're out in East Jesus Bumble F, Missouri area. And we're thinking, oh, man, I'm about to get lynched. But now there's the concern of just driving down the damn street, period. And it sucks. It's an unfortunate thing, but at the same time, this is the world that we live in, y'all. Unfortunately, this is America, right? But I appreciated that phone call. Debate me. Thank you so much for that phone call. Oh, we got Joseph on. Sup, man? Hold up, let me turn you up a little bit. What did you say, Brad?
Oh, nothing much, but I mean, I do know what he was talking about. They actually have it in 2 states, you know, Virginia and, like he said, Mississippi. It's basically known as the colonial law.
The colonial law, yes. Yeah, we talked about this the other night.
Yeah.
We did talk about that, and it's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. How's Madison doing?
Oh, man.
Hi, sweetheart. Wow. Still beautiful. Still beautiful. Yeah, man.
But my question to you is, how do you feel? How do you feel on, you know, that we still actually have that? Like, I was surprised that law is still in place.
How do I feel about that law still being in place?
Yes.
You know, I think it's jacked up, obviously. I don't see the reason. I wonder why it's still in place. If it is still in place and, you know, if they're still using it and it's still being utilized to a certain extent, the inquiring minds would like to know why they still have that.
I did a lot of research behind the colonial law, and it's so funny because it goes more deeper in depth. We're not just even including, you know, interracial marriage, you know. And I don't know. I just found it so interesting, like that. I mean, it also deals with like, you know, the justice system, and even like with certain things that would happen behind trying to basically use it as a cover up back then versus now. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like that law is like it's like a law that sits under our noses.
Yeah.
But then, you know, we also have like practices that we do, you know, in America, you know, like with the work law, you know, like with me, I work at Walmart.
Right.
And Walmart practices under the Canadian work law where they require you to have 2 breaks and 1 lunch. Even though Texas, you know, actually does not have to give you a lunch or a break. But a lot of these businesses, they practice under certain type of judicial laws dealing from outside the country. And I forgot what the government actually like practices under, but I know we practice under like certain laws, but we don't actually, pertain to them because we have our own. It starts with an M. Can't think of it, but it starts with an M.
Yeah. No, I mean I don't know. I don't know which one. I don't know which one. The starts with the M, but I mean it's. Yeah, I mean. I guess it would just, I would want to know why, though it is still, if it's still around, like if they're still using it. How's that? If they're using it, why are they still using it? Why hasn't it been taken away? You know what I mean? And I mean, that's just something that I think would be, a question of like, just why? Why? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense to me. The Debate Me channel just said murder, molasses. He's talking about the M. Yes. He's like, it starts with an M. Mamacita. Mama say mama samu makusa. You know what I'm saying? But
Dang, I forgot, but I know that it's a law.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
I said I know that it's a law. I forgot what it was.
Gotcha. It's all good. Tracy Coleman says, small towns need more diverse people, change people's minds. Small towns tend to live in a small box. Got to make them uncomfortable to maybe change their mindset. Granted, not everyone will. And
So you think that's going to actually happen in the election?
Oh, wait. Now we're going into this type of politics. Okay. Well, when it comes to so you're saying that if Biden was elected, that it would change the small towns or something like that? Is that what you're trying to allude to?
No, when she was saying like the whole comment behind like the changing the mind thing, I just, I thought maybe if we go into, the whole thing behind becoming, tongue twister my brain. Okay. I thought that maybe if, by the time that the election is, taking place, would it actually change people's mind once they hit the voting booth? Kind of like with the whole thing behind, the colonial law situation.
I think this, if you're alluding to, okay, when it comes to elections and changing minds, I'm going to be straight funky.
Right.
Every person that's going out to vote in the next 40 some odd days, 46 now, I think it's 45 days. Every single person already knows who they're voting for. Doesn't matter what Trump or Biden say right now. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change their minds unless something's super exposed. Like something like some big breaking news type thing happens that's just like, Biden is an alien and he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Or he's an android or Trump's been embezzling all this money in real life. And that's why we're all in this financial, in financial squalor.
My biggest question would be that, would you think that the president would actually put in place of laws to get rid of certain laws that are not as discriminatory? Like Trump had this whole law that he set in place for the whole thing behind the statues, where statues can't be touched anymore.
Well, he just did the thing where he was talking about, I'm misquoting. I'm not going to quote him. This is just me mashing it up as much as I can. But he was talking about education and trying to, like the 1776 something. I forgot. I saw this in passing this morning or this afternoon. Saying that he was talking about education in schools and saying that how kids are learning the American history is all wrong and all jacked up. I mean, he's doing that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's such a like he does so many things that are so questionable and raise a lot of questions and bring up a lot of opinions and all that. And I guess it's just at the end of it, it's you know, what is the overall goal for him? Why was he changing that, or why was he pushing that thing out? You see what I'm saying? You know, like I always want to know what is the motive here. You see what I'm saying? Aside from just, oh, he did this thing and he did that thing. It's like, what is he do? Why is he doing said thing? Why? What is the goal here? What's going on behind closed doors other than just here's at face value this one thing, and he's quoted this one thing, and that's why it's happening. Wait a second though, why is that happening? Why is that happening? You know,
I mean,
I've learned that enough times.
I feel like when presidents get into the office, I feel like their opportunity is to create primitive laws, like laws that basically protect against certain type of businesses that they're either dealt with or that are dealing with in cities or actual states. Like before Joe Biden actually joined in the campaign, like what was it that he actually was doing that he may have actually promised somebody that might be on his team? You know, kind of like with the same thing behind with Trump when he got into the office, you know, and he cleared out the whole area and brought in a whole cuckoo birds, and they basically, you know, was basically passing papers on his desk like, oh, check this out, check this out, check this out. And, you know, not saying that he was signing away to automatically to everything, right? But it's almost like if it was primitive to be like, okay, since we know that he's going into the office, we're going to try to get this law passed and this law passed and probably this business law passed, and we're going to stop business with these people so that we can get over on them and we can get cheaper labor in the U.S., but more business in the U.S.
I mean, and that's, if you notice, that's the one main goal he's had, which is bringing business and trying to bring the economy up. I mean, from what he has said, from my understanding, he did bring, you know, the economy did get better a little while ago, but now it's now back to trash. But at the same time, you know, I think that he was doing things doing those certain types of moves because he was trying to bring more money and bring economy back into the country rather than everything being, you know, manufactured overseas. Hey, why not have American made things? And I can see that approach or that need or that want to have that happen. But I'm not going to sit here and say that it's totally right, you know, but at the same time, or what he did, I'm not trying to say that everything that he did was correct. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he had a goal in mind and he wanted to try to achieve it as much as he could. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to let you go. Because but real quick, no.
But my last question is, okay, what is it that we actually look at for a president to do when they're in the office? Are we looking for like economical, like you know, leverage, or are we looking at like economical leverage, and we're looking at like law placements? I guess that's the biggest deal, because it's like every time a president gets in the office, it's like I don't really think we pay attention to what goes on after that. Like we're just like, oh, okay, like, oh, this happened, that happened.
Right. So I'll say this: I think it's both. I mean, you know, I think that they're always trying to change, or they're always wanting to leave some sort, in a way, in an egotistical way. Let's just be completely straight funky here. A lot of them want to leave some sort of legacy behind. They don't want their presidency or their term to just not be forgettable. You know what I'm saying? So I could see somebody going in and doing what they need to do not only to raise the economy or bring money and make the economy great here, but also I think that they're also wanting to leave some sort of thing behind, like they made a significant change, not only just economically speaking, but being able to give, gay rights or pushing the Civil Rights Act, certain things like that just change the way the country conducts itself from that point on.
Right.
So I think that is part of it. But I feel like a lot of the presidents that we have, they want to have the country like running beautifully with money, but then also they want an opportunity to fix things that they think are not right, But anyway, thank you, man, for that question. I really appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna open up the lines.
Man. Well, let me come back in.
Yeah, man.
And man, it was good having a conversation with you.
Always, brother. Good to see you. Hi, Madison. You go to sleep. Go to sleep. All right, brother. Stay blessed.
All right, man. We tuning back in, man.
Cool, man.
Love you, man.
Love you
Stay
too,
peace.
brother. Peace. Oh, man. Anyway, always love to see Joseph every time. The phone lines are open. The phone lines are open, y'all. You know what I mean? But what's the number? 314. The number is 314-766-4581. Boom. Yes, 314-766-4581. Give me a call. Oh, man, I'm done. I'm reading some of your comments. Sorry, guys. You guys are funny. You guys are real funny. But while people are thinking about calling or Skyping in, I got a few more minutes. Okay? I'm wrapping at 8:30 this evening, or I'm wrapping in 7 minutes. I'm just letting you guys know. If somebody calls and it hits 8:30, I will hang up. I'm just letting you know. All right. So, there were some other things. I wanted to talk about. Oh, that's great. All right, we got a phone call. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, my man?
What's up, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Andrew, calling from Wheeling, West Virginia.
What's up, Andrew? What's up? West Virginia. Oh, nice. Nice. How's West Virginia,
Yeah,
brother?
I'm up in the upper panhandle.
Nice.
It's not bad right now. It's a little smoky from all that wildfire nonsense going on out there, but not bad, not bad.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you're you're not in harm's way and you're doing okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a pretty good place to live, honestly. It's kind of, West Virginia is a pretty rural area. And I'm thinking about moving pretty soon here. I was thinking about moving out west a little bit. Not that far west, probably somewhere maybe in the middle, Arizona, something like that. But I was interested. The reason I'm calling in is because, I was interested in hearing what the previous caller was talking about with what we look for in a presidential candidate. And what do you think? What do you think most people want for a presidential candidate right now?
Oh my God. Oh boy. That's a very big question. I think what people want right now is somebody who is diplomatic, somebody who is a savage, of course, someone who can actually run business well, but also listens to the people. And also someone who's not crazy. I think that's it. Pretty much. For the most part.
I think you're onto something there. I think you really are because, when I look at the political landscape moving backward through the last few decades, I'm 33. So I'm not I'm a young man, I guess, but I'm not, I didn't get to see, not like I was around for the Great Depression or anything like that, but what I've noticed in just what I've seen is that throughout most of the political discourse we've had, it's always been very hyper partisan, and it continues to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's really a shame. It's a shame because I feel like I dropped a comment in there that I feel like people are very cemented in their political affiliations, and sometimes that can blind them
to
something more important like policy prescriptions and performance. And we get wrapped up nowadays in how a politician presents themselves. I'll give the example, for example, like a John Kerry or like a Hillary Clinton smiling and lying through their teeth at you.
Yeah.
And I'd rather hear the truth, the hard truth. The people I keep closest to me are the people who are willing to give me a hard time and criticize me, and they're going to call me out.
Right.
Those are the people that I want around.
No BS.
And no BS, exactly. Give it to me straight. And,
Facts.
if you got to play hardball, I think parenting is good in that regards too. No participation trophies. If you got to work on your swing, you got to work on your throw, you got to work on your tackle. That's what you got to do.
Right.
You need someone there to tell you about it. And it's disheartening to me because I have a lot of friends who I don't necessarily see eye to eye with politically, and they're very good people I really care about, and I know they care a lot. They really do. They're really, they tend to think a lot with their hearts, and they're very emotional, compassionate people, and that's a good thing, and we do need that.
Right.
You have to have both sides of it. But I find it's real difficult sometimes to try and express my political ideologies because I feel like, people, a lot of people tend to just, they buy into the mainstream narrative. They buy into whatever they're being spoon-fed without really fact-checking it. And it's disheartening for me. I mean, what do you think? I mean, you got the debates coming up. What do you think's going on?
What do I think with the debates? Well, so first off, really, really quick, I only have a few more minutes, unfortunately. I wish you had called earlier. But seriously, you should call in again because I'd love to be able to continue this conversation fully. But here it is. When it comes to how people are right now, it is just, unfortunately, how the media is right now. There is so much that is being said that is so polarizing all the time. But at the same time, we are lazy. Human beings, we as people, we as American people are lazy. We're not willing to listen. We're not willing to assess and come up with our own conclusions. We listen to what's being said on the TV or on the radio or whatever on social media, and we just say that is fully the truth and that is what it is. And that's what's very frustrating to me. I wish, I like to think that I try to be at least, I mean, yes, here it is. We are all closed-minded in our own level, in our own ways, right? Not all of us are just open, free thinkers. If we were, we'd all be smoking weed and, hanging out in the trees and having a good old time. But we don't live in that world. We have two,
That's right.
We are in a world where it's like either it's red or it's blue. But at the same time, I feel like there's an avenue or a realm where we can actually, like, say, not have to identify as such. Does that make sense? Being able to just say, hey, I just want to hear somebody, I just want to hear the dopest person come up and say dope ass stuff. I don't give a damn if he is Republican. I don't give a damn if he is Democrat. I just want somebody who's going to answer the things that I need to have answered. You see what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that we live in this world where, we right now, at least in the climate that we're in right now, we have people who are Trump supporters and they're just lopped over in this particular corner, and that's all they are, right? Then you got the Biden, or let's just say you have your right, your right, and you have your left. And it's always like this thing of people going, oh, he's just this leftist narrative, blah, blah, blah. There's the vernacular and the divisive leftist words, or the same thing on the other side. Oh, the right-winged, racist ass, white nationalist, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no. And yes, I get that there are people out there like that. But I do feel that those people can be fairly locked up in their own little closets of conservatism or liberalism. Like, it's like, hey, open up the door and just look out for a second. There might be something really interesting that you might agree with on this side. You might not agree with everything that's being said over here, but there's something that you might agree with over here, and vice versa. But it always turns into this thing of, oh, if, like, for example, and this happens all the time, like on the show. If I sit here and say, oh, Trump did a good thing, suddenly, you're a Trump supporter. Oh, my God, Pascal's a Trump supporter. Or if I sit there and go, Biden said something that was very interesting. You know what I mean? Then suddenly, oh, my God, he's a Joe Biden. Oh, Sleepy Joe. And it's like, what? No, I'm just pointing two things out. Two things on two sides. Now, if we could have two presidents that could actually agree and work together on something, man, that'd be a dope thing. That'd be amazing.
Well, ideally, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
No. You can go ahead. I got literally like 1 more minute. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll try to make it as quick and concise as I can.
You're good, brother.
There's a Brett Weinstein, and he believes in this unity project. Now, I'm not necessarily a proponent of it. I'm not all in, but he thinks we should have an elective from each side. But I think what's more important for your listeners and what I think more people need to realize is that this division is not an accident. You got to ask who stands to benefit from this division, this polarizing rhetoric. You know, I wasn't even political until a couple of years ago, until, when I started seeing what was going on, when I started seeing what the Department of Justice was doing, and when I started to see who was funding what, and I started tracing the money, I realized that we're fighting each other when we need to be fighting the people who want us to fight each other. It's not left-right. It's not
Facts.
A paradigm anymore.
Damn.
It's about rights. It's about, I'm telling you, this is real stuff right here. We are fighting each other. Meanwhile, the people that run and own this country, the people that own the corporations, the people who have a revolving door between the Congress, between the Federal Reserve and the big banks, there's some new bad words you're not allowed to say. You're not allowed to say Federal Reserve. You're not allowed to say George Soros. You're not allowed to say any of that kind of stuff.
Nope.
Because they want us fighting each other.
Yep.
And the truth is, I think we all want the same thing. You know what we want? We want to have life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. We want to have comfortable places to live and safe places to raise our kids, and that's all we really want. Mm-hmm. And the more we fight each other, the less likely that's ever going to happen.
That's a full fact right there. Beautifully said.
Man. That's it.
That's beautifully said,
We need
Andrew.
to come together as one.
Yeah. True on all levels. And that's the thing. If we can get to that place, it'd be really dope. But I don't think we ever will anytime soon. But I'll tell you this, though. I get excited for every single, so I can wrap this up real quick. And Andrew, thank you so much for the call. But before you hang up, the one thing that I always try to go for, because here's the thing, if you notice, like, I mean, obviously I'm assuming you're new to the channel, but if you see the channel, every single thing that I talk about is not the same. I'm not sitting there saying the same stuff. If you notice, like, there's other guys out there that do commentary on news, breaking news stuff and everything, and they're very much one side of the spectrum, For me, it's like, if somebody does something stupid, I'm going to say they do something stupid. But if there's things around it, or if there's evidence that shows different, then I'm going to talk about that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And I feel like there's an issue out there where it's like, oh, you can only be blue and you can only be red. There's no in between. You can't be a free thinking human being. And one of the things that I get
Why don't we all be purple?
Exactly. Notice the background, by the way, my brother. The thing is that the reason why I like, one of the things I get excited about when it comes to the elections is because, to me, I look for what each person's going to say. Because, 1 year I could vote a Republican president. I could. You know what I mean? If they spoke to me in the way that I feel that they would speak to me, and vice versa, I would vote for someone who's Democrat. I would. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on who the person is and what they're saying and if they're really selling it to me, if they really believe in what they're doing. And I feel like this year, it's going to be this particular election, it's going to be very interesting. And in fact, I know that at the end of this month, there's going to be a debate coming up. And I I think I'm going to live stream the debate because I want to watch it with everybody else and talk about it, argue about it, have phone calls and all that stuff. Talking about it live on the show, I think would be really great because I'm not automatically going, oh, I mean, I do have my thoughts about Trump for sure, but I definitely have my thoughts about Biden as well. So I'm wanting to see if they're going to, you know what I mean? I want them to see, like, they're two very, very old, ravenous dogs or very hungry dogs. And there's very old, hungry dogs. And there's one bone in the middle of the field. I want to see them fight for this bone. You know what I mean? The bone is the presidency. I want to see them work for it. So I'm interested to see this debate.
What, nothing would have made me happier than to see that debate on Joe Rogan, but I highly doubt that's going to happen because I think his handlers aren't going to allow it. We've seen how he's. Look, I know you're short on time.
Yeah.
When do you broadcast? When do you go live?
I love that you asked me that. So I do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I have a morning show. And then I also have my evening show, which is 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So right about now, I usually do it for about an hour and a half. Sometimes if like there's a guy on here, he's my boy, but Enemy Nation, if he comes on, sometimes it'll go on a lot longer. But I've told myself hour and a half. So yeah, man. So you should come on, be part of the conversation more often.
I definitely will. I myself, I pretty much, I'm a libertarian. I'm a centrist. I would have been a Bernie guy, and I definitely would have been a Ron Paul guy. But if these are the options we have, it's like, you're kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, it's what we have for right now.
I really appreciate you taking my call.
Absolutely, brother. Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate it. It was a nice phone call. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Be sure to tune in and
hey, thank you very much. I'm going to be tuning back into the show.
Thank you, brother. All right, man. Peace.
I think.
Oh, I didn't mean to hang up on him right there. I didn't hear him. Damn. But Andrew, thank you so much for calling in. Man, it was a really great conversation. I really appreciate that. It's nice to be able to talk and chop it up with people and everything. And here it is. I'm thinking about it because I know that I'm going to be doing, most definitely, I will be doing a live stream of the actual election day. Like, we are going to do that live. I think that would be really, really great. We can all go through that grueling night and just deal with it. But one of the things that I have been thinking about is doing a live show, watching the actual debates so that we can all sit down and chop it up, roast each candidate, each person that's in the debate and all that. And I think that would be a lot of fun. Real talk. But I do have to get going. I'm sorry, guys. I got to wrap up the show. It's been a great conversation. Lots of wonderful phone calls. Lots of great people. A lot of new names, new voices, which was really, really great as well. I always appreciate it. And so, of course, Andrew, thank you for calling in. Joseph, of course, always my brother. You better take care of that beautiful baby of yours. Thank you so much for the Skype and debate me. Thank you so much for calling in, of course, as well. But anyway, it's time to get going. So you guys are down for that. I'm seeing that you guys are all saying that would be awesome. That would be hilarious. Okay, you know what? The debate, we are doing a live stream. It's official. We are going to do it. And we'll do some stuff. We'll do some games. We'll do some stuff. I'll make it a fun, entertaining experience. I promise you that. Okay? So we'll do that for sure. Okay? I hope Biden remembers to show up. No kidding, me too. I wonder if they go, please welcome Joe Biden. He walks into the bathroom instead of like out on the stage. I feel like that's what's going to happen. But anyway, hopefully he has enough Adderall to keep him focused. See what I'm saying? Hella focused. But anyway, I appreciate everybody calling in. Hit that like button if you haven't done down below. And for those of y'all who are just new to the show, checking it out, I do this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time and 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is the time that you're watching it right now, where I get people to call in, or I ask you guys to call in, to Skype in. We can chop it up, talk about the day, and all that stuff. With sometimes anything you want to talk about as well. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want some advice, I think I have some good advice to give. You know what I'm saying? You can always give me a call or Skype in to the show. Anyway, I got to get going. But I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another.